Well, we said in the beginning of the video that we didn't really know what we were doing. I hope that you guys enjoy this Get Ready With Us, inspired by this little collaboration, you know.
I don't think it will be.
I've got it. Let me use that too. Damn, she's just going in already.
Well, I'm priming. I mean, I'm pretty sure halfway through this that I'll be done and you'll be like,
no,
on one eye.
So I'm just using the Minerville primer just to blur my skin a little bit. Move up this bulk cap to expose this 7 head right now.
We'll make it like a 5 head. It'll be normal.
I just need to snatch his edges because it's very large and in charge. I'm not used to not having a mirror. I feel like this is a challenge right now.
Large and in charge like my men.
Oh. Mask for mascara. Yep, definitely looks like a primer. So now I'm just going to be using the Chanel Lumiere Brace primer stuff. It's illuminating. I'm just trying to look like I just got covered in wetness.
Covered in what? Something. So I'm trying to clinic blend it yourself, Josh.
Oh my god, you gotta remember that we have to look cute while putting on this stuff now.
I always look cute, so it's not my problem. Oh my god, that's so dark. And I'm gonna mix it with Wet n Wild Photo Finish Foundation.
I'm gonna go in with some Becca Evermatte and Poreless Primer because I literally look like one of the penguins in the oil spill like halfway throughout the day. So I'm just gonna press this into
Dawn. You want Dawn?
Come for my life. So I'm just gonna kind of press and rub this into my T-zone, my forehead area, basically my whole face because I get oily everywhere, but you know, like not my whole face. I'm gonna use to slow down whatever you're doing. So, fun thing in the comments, you guys comment how many fingers you think my forehead is. Is it a 5-fingered forehead? Is it a 4-finger? Is it a 7-head? Because I really think it's like a 7, you know?
You broke the scale.
Like, it's a 7-head. I really feel like it is. So now I'm just using this little MAC Studio Conceal palette. I'm just going to use the Burnt Coral in it, which is weird because I've only ever used it in the liquid form, never the cream form. So I'm just going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation 12-Hour Wear, and I'm in this, the shade Tan Sand.
You are
Don't
dark.
even try and clock
So
me
dark.
because I know I'm not this tan, but I like to be tan, so it's fine. So since I'm a guy, I really don't like
Your boy.
to carry my foundations over my scruff. I like to deposit a lot of the product on the skin and then just buff whatever left over the scruff. That way I still am all one color, but it's not sitting on top of my scruff. It's kind of blending in with it. I definitely don't like looking cakey, but I like being full coverage.
That can happen, right?
It can happen. Just like you being with a guy, like it can happen. When you're not the shade that you're using on your foundation, you literally have to blend down to like your crotch. So it's
all the way down.
It's fine until you have to take it off and you literally have to take a shower.
And then your bathtub is orange.
Are you calling me an Oompa Loompa? So next I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Ginger Concealer in the stick form from NARS. I like using different types of concealers. I love using a stick one to cover up the orange first underneath my eye, and then I like brightening with Tarte Shape Tape.
Just a little circle on my forehead. Nose, straight the nose. A little bit here. I'm going to keep away from the camera. Yeah, definitely that's right, otherwise you would always do this.
So I just blended out my concealer a little bit underneath the eyes here. I'm just taking a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Medium Honey. I like this one a little bit better than the golden ones just because I like pink under eye highlights because it reminds me of Ariana Grande with her tan skin and the pink under eye. And also pink just helps to further color correct.
This is so pretty. Look, no, it looks amazing. What kind of shimmer again? Tarte Amazonians?
Whatever. So I'm just going to take the La Mer, the powder. I'm going to use this for my under eyes just because I think it's going to be a little bit more hydrating than my Airspun powder. And it looks like it has a little bit of pearlescence to it, so it has like a little bit of reflex. So
Fresh diamond powder.
Oh, okay.
The rest of my space, I love using the Coty Airspun powder. Patrick Star actually really did turn me onto this powder. I think it has talc in it, which is why I like it. Don't quote me on that, but I think it does. And if it does have talc in it, that means that it would absorb oils, which I really like because, like I said earlier, I am very oily. So I kind of just press this in, and then once it's set, then I buff it in. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow in the color medium brown because I like being a little bit more cool tone in the brow area. I was trying chocolate for a hot minute, but then I just realized my brows were hella warm and my face was like hella not. So I definitely need to do my brows off camera. I definitely just
dude.
I'm gonna have to do my brows off camera because I'll be right back. So I'm back.
We're not both back, just him.
We're both back. But I literally had to do that off camera, like, I think it took me 30 minutes. I cleaned up my brows with both of the concealers that I used earlier, but I'm using this as my eye base. But this is why I don't do my makeup every day for work, because it literally takes me a really long time.
Like, literally forever. I'm just using Undercover from the Too Faced Natural palette.
So you should be looking really matte, and I'm looking really matte actually. I'm just gonna take this NYX brush. It's just like a flat brush. It's what I use to clean up my brows, and this is what I'm gonna use to kind of do a cut crease liner moment. It's gonna go right above my natural crease and extend out, and I'm just gonna place a fun color on the lid. But let's just hope this ends well. So I'm definitely questioning what I'm doing right now.
Sour Ogre cleans up anything. Nikki taught me that, actually.
I love Sister Nikki. I'm gonna take a little bit of a lighter shade. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty palette right here, and I'm gonna use the shade Flamingo. Top off the excess and start to blend inside the crease. It's kind of getting draggish, but not too much. You know what I'm saying? What you doing, sister, on your phone?
Grinder.
Oh, just kidding. I heard that app was dead. So now I'm just gonna clean up the inside of it with some Tarte Shape Tape again. This is where I'm gonna really etch out the inside of the shape. Really?
What? I'm hungry.
I've cut my crease.
So I'm just taking the Red Hot palette. I've been using this middle color. I think it's called, it's spelled B-I-J-O-U, so let's just call it Bougie. And I've been using the color next to it, Fuchsia's Fury. I'm just going to use that Fuchsia's Fury color, which is right here. I'm going to use that to buff out the lower lash line. So my goal with this is to connect the lower lash line to that outer wing, make it look really seamless. So I'm just going to take a 242 by MAC and start buffing out the edge to make it kind of look like a halo. I'm kind of dragging and pulling out. So now I'm just going to take my 221 again, and I'm just going to go back into that Huda Beauty palette. But this time, to start diffusing out the edges a little bit more, I'm going to go in with Shy. So at first I used Flamingo to buff out that line, and I used one of the Red Hot colors, but now I'm going to use Shy just to start buffing out the edges to make it really seamless.
I'm just going to do a little bit above the brow bone, and definitely just a lot right in the eye.
I left off with you at one wing, and I came back with you at 2 wings. I picked up this liner at Sephora. It's kind of like a purple. This is Purple Stilettos, number 31 from Sephora collection. So this purple is just going to go on my waterline. So I'm bringing this all the way to the inner corner. And my eye is watering. Yeah, that's where the line is going to be left at. So I'm just going to use a little bit of rose gold from the Huda Beauty palette. I feel like I need to play around with it a little bit more because I don't feel like I'm really understanding the, I guess, formula of this product. I will say that you can definitely feel these pressed pigments on your eye. For someone who doesn't maybe wear makeup all the time, it might be bothersome to them. So I'm having to go in with Angelic a little bit just because I know that shade works better with your fingers, and I just can't use my fingers to get sharper lines. So I'm going in with a little bit of Angelic just to get close to the edge. So I'm just going to use Man Eater just to kind of darken up the edges of this. And that's where you should be at. I think all that's left is just a little bit of an inner corner highlight, and then I'm ready to move on to bronzing my skin. It only took us like a year to get there, but we're there. For that, I'm going to be using what I've been holding this whole time from Jeffree Star and Many MUA's collab. It's so pretty. It's kind of like a light peach blinding highlight. I'm just going to use this to accent my inner corners. Just a
Ooh, she's popping.
So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques powder brush and brush off what has been sitting on here for 5 billion years. It's probably sucked up all the moisture out of my skin. So after that, I'm going to be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the color or shade Medium Tan. So this just kind of adds back in a little bit of a skin-like texture to my skin. Since I was using so much mattifying primer, this will kind of add back in a little bit of color. So now I'm just going to highlight a little bit with a little bit of the Eclipse highlighter.
She is so pretty.
So now I'm just going to bronze up my skin a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of this middle shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It's called Shadow Play. So I'm going to use that one to just kind of warm up the skin a little bit. Girl, the kickback on this though. Like I'm bronzed enough, now I just need to contour. So I'm going to take that Fawn shade and I'm just going to use that on the side of my 135 brush. I'm going to kind of buff this in a motion right here, right at the base. Welcome back, sister. I don't really care too much about how the forehead looks, or she can't be left out. I'm just going to take Peaches on the side of a 129 brush. I actually really love using this brush on clients, just I don't use it all the time on myself. So I like to have more of an angled face, so when I do this I'm not going to do, because it's going to make my cheeks look fuller, I want them to look more angular, so I'm going to focus this on the outer portions of my cheeks back near my hairline. So I'm at the point where I can't really tell if I'm blended or not, but really highlight my nose, but since I am not really going anywhere and I don't see myself getting oily, I'm just going to highlight it up. I'm going to be trying out a new mascara. It's called The Shock by Yves Saint Laurent, YSL. I normally use the Extended Play from MAC, but I thought I got this from YSL. Why not use it? Love it. Look how much it lifted my lashes.
Oh wow. It's actually, it's almost like Extended Play.
Really lifted my lashes like really nicely. That was one dip. Probably gonna make the cow face where it's like, but oh well. I think I'm gonna use Low Key from Tarte. Excited to try it out. Ooh, putting it on tickles. I think I literally bought a color for my lips.
She's cute though, I like her.
So one dip covered my upper lip, which is normal. It's really pretty. I was expecting it to be a little bit more brown toned, and not the shade of my lip color. But it's fine because it is a little bit nuder and a little bit more pink, which is fine. But I think it goes pretty with the eyes, so I'm okay with it. Oh my god! Spencer! No freaking way. I'm this part of the heart, and you're this part of the heart! Oh my god. You can't deny that's what it is. Ready for setting spray time? So I'm just going to be taking the NYX mattifying setting spray. I actually really like this one. What are you using?
I'm using Makeup Forever Mist and Kit. Oh, it's like a water park.
Oh my god. I feel like I just came out the womb a little bit and had like a second birthing. This is the final look. I feel like through it all, there was some adversity, but I feel like we overcame it.
I'll definitely do more natural next time.
I just want to thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like these videos. I love it.
Even if you hate it, subscribe.
Yeah, even if you hate it, subscribe. I would love for your support.
It just make you famous.
Yeah, this is my first video, so I can only grow from here. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this just as much as I enjoyed creating it with Spencer. I'll leave a list of his social media and my social media, and if I'm feeling up to it, I will link below what we used.